Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to Make This Happen, where we discuss an idea we've been dying to see come alive. Every week, my friend Alexander Gonzalez and myself, Jay Yee, will bring you a product you never knew you needed. Now, let's talk about hats. I love hats. I have a plenty of hats, a giant collection that I've collected throughout my years as a person. Problem with these hats and what I want to do, you sweat from your forehead and you get these hats really sweaty and kind of gross and a little nasty. And I'll be honest,
smelly.
yeah, and a little smelly. And then there's like stains from the salt of your sweat on your hat after it
That's right.
dries and
That's
all that
right.
stuff. And disgustingly, I will admit, I don't think I've ever cleaned any of my hats ever. And do most people clean their hats? I don't know. Do you clean your hats, Alex? I'm sure you own a
No,
hat. Have you cleaned your
no.
hat?
I have a couple hats. When they get too gross, I throw them away.
And I don't think that's what everyone does. I mean, I certainly don't. I have a bunch of hats that have stains all over them, and I've worn to like until they're like super worn. The plastic / cardboard that keeps
The bill.
the bill or the lip or whatever like straight. Some of them completely broken and like they're kind of floppy and like make noises if I press on them.
Nah, I don't do anything like that. If you can see the sweat stain from the outside and not just from the inside, it's time to throw that hat away.
Right. And like I think that's just what most people do and just have
Yep.
hats that are really old and sweaty and smelly and gross, and some just who just toss them or just leave them out on the street, right? And I've gone bouts and I've looked for hat washing apparatuses and they're kind of lame. They're just a bowl, you put your hat on it, and then you squirt water on top. I'm like, why don't you just freaking put it in water and then out if that's what you're gonna do? So,
Yeah.
what we're gonna create is a way to sanitize your hats in a good, clean, efficient way where you also don't have to like get your hat soaking wet and then dry it and then or not dry it, but soaking wet with soap and then wash all that out and then soak it again to get all the soap out. There has to be a better way.
What if we have a system that's a hat washer where it's like it's an upside down bowl, you put the hat on top, and then there's a latch that comes on over, and you put the hat in a special way. That way the bill is sealed off, so you don't have to clean the bill necessarily. It's cardboard, so you can't clean it. And then and then it washes it using our proprietary technology to remove stains, and then dries it, and then within 15 minutes your hat is ready and it's pressed with steam to get the wrinkles out, and then it looks great. And
I
then
see
we
what
can
you mean now.
sell.
So it's like a bowl and then another bowl that you put in and it leaves out the bill.
Exactly. And then you seal everything else, and then it starts washing with not that much liquid. It'll recycle it, but it'll be moving it throughout the hat and removing the stains, and then drying it right after, and then trying to
Hmm.
press it so it looks nice. So the hat regains a little bit of form.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think it would have to not be hot water because then it would shrink it, right? So it would just be regular ass water that you put into this thing.
Unless we can adjust the size of the bowl depending on the size of the head. So for our big-headed friends out there who are size 8, you would then change the bowl to a size 8, put it on there so it would shrink around the hat, but it would never get low than around the size, but it would never get lower than like a size 8 if you put it
Hmm.
there.
Or maybe actually what it would be more like is the bowl that you put the inside of the hat into will be adjustable by like either like a clicky like snowboard rollerblade click and then you just
Yeah.
move it in and out, and then it won't necessarily shrink it since it's like stretching it out to the size it already is, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it
exactly.
actually won't shrink. So maybe we'll have an adjustable bottom and then you clasp on the top, and then I guess what you would have to do is plug it into like like a Brita like thing, or like, like Keurigs,
Keurig,
are
yeah.
those the coffee machines? And then it like hooks up to that, and then it's boils the water or whatever and puts it in, and then maybe you'll put, it's not like water, maybe it's part water, and then you also have to put in like a solution that we
Yes,
sell.
that's what I'm thinking, like a proprietary stain removing solution.
Yeah, and it's like a salt based, or like some kind of base, like a, not like chlorine or anything like that, but some kind of chemical that cleans, maybe lemon something, and then you put that in and it cleans it, gets the stains out, heats it up, and then the bowl actually heats up to like dry it, but not in like a super hot way where it might burn the hat, but it'll like dry and steam it, and then you take out the thing and then let it air dry, for the rest, right? And then it keeps the bill out, so you don't have to worry about that part getting wet, and you would have to spot clean the actual bill,
yeah.
with like a towel with a solution, maybe like the solution you could put on a paper towel and then just wipe off whatever's on the bill, type of thing. I mean, the worst part of having a hat, and why it's necessary, is the inside, right where it meets your forehead, that little strip right there. That's the worst part of it. And maybe what we could also have it is, how like baseball caps, that lip I'm talking about, it's all around the hat. You could turn that kind of inside out.
You can.
So maybe we recommend on the instructions to actually put that inside out.
Yeah, for deeper cleaning. That makes sense.
Also, we would have to make the solution safe for like other materials other than cotton, because I do own some hats where the inside is like a polyester, or maybe even like a silk lining. And I also want this thing to be able to be used on more than just baseball caps. How do you think we would work around that? Like, what if
I think
someone
you could
wants to
still
clean
use
like
it for beanies, because I know beanies start smelling like ass pretty easy,
Well,
because they
for beanies, I just throw that in my wash.
you could, but for more sensitive, like knit type beanies that might get destroyed,
That's
you would
true.
want to put them on the machine. You could also use this in theory, if you want to, for work helmets. If you just change the temperature, like construction helmets and baseball helmets.
What about like fedoras, cowboy hats, and the like that? Ones that don't have like a way to clasp it, you know what I mean? Because it's like the brim is all around.
That would be tough.
Because like cowboy hats, for example, are worn in the sun. That is what they are for, right? So like,
yeah,
those probably get really, really sweaty.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with cowboy hats.
Most of them also have like a nice silk interior as well, I mean, we could just scrap everything we've just said, or no, we could just no, because I like the idea.
You'd have to adjust the height for cowboy hats too, because some of them are like
pretty tall.
What do they say, like 5 gallon or gallon hats?
Right. What about like, maybe what if we do 2 different products? Like one of them, or we're making 3 products here. So one of them is the cleaner itself for baseball caps specifically, anything with the bill in front of you.
Yes.
Second thing we're selling is that special solution that is safe for all fabrics, and also, or most fabrics, I shouldn't say all, and also specifically works with salt sweat stains. Last product, maybe it can be like a way to use the cleaning product inside other hats that don't fit the baseball cap bill. So maybe it's like a shape. It is just the bottom, but you use it on any other kind of hat, but it doesn't need the top portion on. You just put in the solution in there, and it just goes in, and then you have to air dry these types. I don't know how that would look or work.
It'd be like maybe you have to put it outside or dry it, and then the water would shoot up into the interior of the hat, but it wouldn't have the same kind of draining and removing technology where it moves it all the way around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you might have to end up using more solution as well.
Yeah, I guess it would also be kind of more like how like sprinklers work, but
Yeah.
as a dome and all around. And maybe this one, and maybe even the original one, it kind of has like a spinning motion to it, so it tries to get all over it. And for this one, it'll be less intense. Like it wouldn't go, spin, push pressure, and then also heat up to dry and steam. This one, it just spins, but also doesn't it doesn't blast liquid out. It just kind of gets everything covered with the solution.
Okay. All right.
And then you just air dry, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I don't know
like
how
it.
else.
Yeah, I
you
don't
would do
know
that.
how else you would do it. And then besides that, there's all the straw hats are straw hats, so I mean, you deal.
Right. Because another thing I was thinking, we could do like a UV light thing, but then that would just be this giant box and just inconvenient. You know what I mean? And you can't have that.
And like at that point, it's not even just for hats. You throw a T-shirt in there.
Yeah, just
and
put
maybe some
whatever you
shorts.
want in there. So that would
Yeah.
work in terms of what this product would be. So yeah, I guess it would have to be like this weird sprinkler that connects to the same machine that keeps the solution in, and then you just press the non-baseball cap option and it just sprinkles the solution in your hat in an even way.
Yeah,
Um,
I wish, we can't make it too expensive. It'd be cool if like a laser scanned the hat, detected sodium levels,
mm,
and then started getting to work like that, like pew 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 pew. As it's
yeah,
going through.
don't think that's the vibe here.
No.
Just because this product doesn't seem like it'd be all that expensive. Like the
No, and
solution
it would be
itself,
used by baseball teams around the globe.
Yeah.
And different sports teams and whatnot. Oh, golf too.
tennis. Well, I guess
Tennis.
tennis is like a visor, so there is actually no top. The
You
best
still want
selling
to clean
thing,
that visor.
yeah, the best selling thing that we would have with this is just the solution itself. You could use the solution without the fancy bowl,
Would
but
there be mall setups where there's a dude with a bowl being like, "Hey man, let me wash your hat. Come on, let me go ahead and get that stain out. I can make you look fresh." And you're like, "No, no, thank you."
It's definitely perfect for a mall kiosk. This product.
Another dude sitting there, and you're like, "I wonder if this stuff works."
Yeah, and like there's just like a bunch of knockoffs of the bowl part, but the solution, ours is the top tier solution, and no one else has
Yep.
found our secret solution to beat your nasty salt stained hats. Well, new era, make this happen. Thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions or products you'd like to see talked about, feel free to write in at @poundgames@gmail.com. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to join the @Pound family, come find us at patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Patrons receive episodes 2 days early, meaning make this happen gets to your ears that much sooner. If you enjoyed our show, take a second to give us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store, and more. Catch you guys next Sunday with Alex's idea.
I had it, then I forgot it. I got it again. Fruit bowls.
Fruit bowls. Are you talking about like Dole pineapple fruit bowls, or are you talking about like bowls that hold fruit?
Bowls that hold fruit, baby.
Oh God. Okay, let's do it.
All
What's
right.
different than a fruit bowl to a regular ass bowl?
That's what we're changing.
Got it. Bowls that are shaped specifically for the fruit. A grape, it's gonna have a bunch of little holes to hold individual grapes.